Hello everyone, my name is Chloe and today I'm here with a brand new video. Welcome to Brunette Bibliophile, where I post bookish videos and writing content. Today I am here with probably one of the biggest videos I've ever done. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is all about the Goodreads Choice Awards, specifically the romance nominees. So I am doing this in the style of Kayla from Books and Lala. Each year she reads the horror nominees. I'm going to be doing the same thing, but I'm reading the romance nominees. So I did make my own predictions list of books that I expect to be on the Goodreads Choice Awards. From that predictions list, I have been reading these books all year long. I'm still not even done reading the ones on my prediction list, but we're going to talk about that. So I have a prediction list of 15 books that could be on the nominees list. Out of these 15, I have read 12 of them. I do have some other predictions that are floating through the back of my mind that I don't have on my official predictions list, but there's a possibility. So the awards go through 2 rounds of voting. We're gonna have the initial nominees come out hopefully around mid-November. For a point of reference with filming this, it's November 5th now. And I believe the first round has 20 books on it. Then it gets whittled down to 10. And then by the beginning of December, we're gonna have our winner. Now, they used to have an option to write in a book that you thought could be nominated. And if it got enough votes, then it would be in the nominees of the top 10. They got rid of that last year, and I'm so happy that they did. It makes this video a lot easier. So let's talk about my predictions of what I think will be on the awards, and we're actually going to start with the 3 that I have not read yet. So this first one I think has an absolute 1000% chance of being on the list, and that is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is the sequel to It Ends With Us, which is a very, very popular book. This is totally going to be on that list. These next 2, I think it could be one or the other on the list, and that is either going to be Electric Idol or Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. Both of these came out this year, so I think there's an equal chance of either of them being on the list. Neon Gods was nominated last year, which is why I think one of these could be on there. I'm not sure which one, so just to be safe, I want to read them both. But I wanted to read them both regardless anyway. So those are the 3 that I think will be on the list that I haven't read yet. So now let's talk about the 12 that I have read. These are in no particular order, I just think they'll be nominated. The first one is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I just recently finished this a couple days ago, but the first one, The Ex-Hex, was on the nominees, so I think this one has a chance if enough people pick it up. Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Another one that it's like 1000% going to be on the nominee list. Her book last year, People We Meet on Vacation, won for 2021. So this absolutely will be in the romance category. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I think a lot of her books end up being in the category, so I think this one also has a chance. This one I'm kind of 50-50 on, especially because It Starts With Us is on this list, but Reminders of Him maybe has a possibility of being on the list. This one I think has a chance, but I think it's a lot lower than some of my other predictions, and that is Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I personally really enjoyed this book, and I think Rachel Lynn Solomon has put herself on the map as an adult romance writer, but I don't know if she's that popular yet to be on the list. This one kind of snuck up on me and wasn't on my predictions until I read it, and that's Dating Dr. Dill, but I definitely think this will end up being a nominee. This one kind of like, it blew me out of the water, so I definitely think it has a chance. The Dead Romantics, if it's not a nominee, I will be shocked because so many people loved this book. I loved it. It was amazing for Ashley Poston to just crash into the romance category with this book, and I definitely think this is going to be on the list, and if it's not, the video might be canceled. Just kidding, we're not canceling this video. I put too much work into it. And last one, definitely I think will be on the list, is The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas. I'm currently reading this, so I haven't actually finished it yet, but The Spanish Love Deception, which is the first one in this companion series, was very high on the nominees last year, as in it came in like third or fourth place. Now, a couple of predictions I don't own, so I'll just put the cover up here. The Roughest Draft by Austin Sigmund Roca and Emily Wibberley. I think it has a chance. I really enjoyed it, but it also could be in the same vein as Weather Girl, where it's a little lower, and I'm not sure if it will be on there. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey absolutely will definitely be on that list. I believe the first one, which was It Happened Last Summer, or It Happened One Summer, that was on last year's list, so I definitely think that this has a chance. Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. This one was amazing. It was an adventure romance, but I definitely think that has a chance, especially because they're on the list almost every year. So that's it for the ones that I don't own, and those are all of my predictions. So on my spreadsheet, I have a section for my predictions, and then as soon as the nominees come out, I will be filling in my actual nominees section, and I'll be talking to you guys. So this is kind of just kicking off the video, talking about what I think is going to be on the list, and then as soon as the nominees drop, we're going to talk about it. And then that'll start the vlog of me reading all the ones that I haven't read yet. I'd like to try and have this video up before the actual winners are announced, but we're going to cross that bridge when we get there. So stick around. Next time I talk to you guys, we'll be talking about the actual nominees. All right, y'all. It's time. The nominees dropped just after midnight this morning, and I'm surprised because I was actually looking at the eligibility requirements for the awards yesterday. The eligibility requirements said any books published between a certain date in November last year and November 15th this year. So I was surprised. I didn't expect them until tomorrow at the earliest, but the nominees are in. I did sneak a peek. I am concerned, so we're gonna go through it together. When they dropped, it was just after midnight. I was trying to sleep, so I was like, I can't get up and film a clip now. But you're getting me right now, as I've started my day. We're gonna talk about them. Okay, I already see 3 things I haven't read. So The Bodyguard, I did read. Didn't expect it to be nominated, but I have read The Bodyguard, thankfully. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I've never read that before. Okay. Terms and Conditions by Laura Asher. I've never even heard of that. Oh, God. Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. That one, I should have known. That one was really popular. Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. I knew as soon as I was reading that. I was like, it's going to be nominated. Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I've read that. Oh, God. Twisted Hate by Anna Huang. Okay, I'm concerned about this one because it's the 3rd in a fucking series. Do you have to read them in order? Oh, God. 3rd in a series. Okay, that's concerning. The Kiss Curse. I just finished that like last week, so perfect. Electric Idol by Katie Robert. I'm actually currently reading that right now because it was also on my my guesses. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Never heard of that one before. The American Roommate Experiment. I also just finished that last week. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. I recognize that cover. Okay. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I read that early on. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Haven't read that one yet. Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. I have that on my desk at work. Love on the Brain, of course. I definitely read that. The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. I did read that. I read it last year, I feel like. So it definitely came out after the 2021 Goodreads Choice Awards. Because I don't think I read that this year. Let me look. No, it came out this year. Apparently I read it this year. Okay. Because I had an arc of that one. Alright. Getting confused. Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Not surprised. Book Lovers by Emily Henry, also not surprised. 2 books I have read. And Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. That is also on my desk at work. It was actually going to be one of my next couple of reads. So there's 9 books I haven't read. How long do we have to vote? Okay, so this round closes in 12 days. And of those 20 nominations, they're going to be cut in half. So there's some comfort in knowing that it'll get cut in half. So some of the books that I haven't read might not even end up on the final 10. I'll be right back. All right. These are all of the nominations that I own. And thankfully I have read all of them except for the top one, It Starts With Us. Electric Idol I'm still working on though. So this is everything I own that has been nominated. Let's go through them a little bit. Based off of what I think and my own predictions, I think that The Bodyguard by Catherine Center can be taken out. I don't think it's going to make it to the top 10. I'd probably be surprised if it did. I also don't think The Wedding Crasher is going to make it to the top 10. Everything else, in my opinion, is fair game. I would be surprised, but at the same time, it would not surprise me if both the Colleen Hoover nominations end up in the final 10. I think if one is more likely than the other, it's going to be It Starts With Us. This was highly, highly anticipated by so many people. So many people have already read it. It's going to be a tough one. Out of the ones that I have not read, first of all, I'm kind of hoping that the Anna Huang one doesn't make it to the final 10. Not because I don't want to read it, but because it's the third in a series, I don't think I'd make it. Delilah Green probably will make it to the end. And the others that I haven't read, I don't know. It's a crapshoot for me. Well, the only thing I can do now is start to get those books that I haven't read. So let's do this thing. All right, so today is Thursday, November 24th, and there's a development in the Goodreads Award vlog. Not a huge development. I have just figured out some things, I've read some things, and we're just going to do a brief little update real quick. So we are still in the opening round. The opening round ends this coming Sunday, the 27th, and I anticipate us getting the top 10 the very next day on the 28th. So ultimately this video is going to be me reading the top 10, but I would like to get as many of the 20 nominees read as possible. But I'm also still aiming to put this video out either shortly before or around the date of the winners being announced. I've already started editing this video. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna keep me busy. This is probably one of the biggest vlogs I've ever done, which is not saying much. Kayla does huge vlogs multiple times a year. I can't handle that, but I love her, so I give kudos to her. So, last time I talked to you guys, so out of the 20 nominees, I had read 10 of them. I was in the middle of reading Electric Idol, so I counted that. I've since finished Electric Idol, so I've officially read 11 of the nominees. I started getting as many of the other ones from the library that I could. So, since then, I have read Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman, 4 stars. I am almost done listening to Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. This one I think might be in the top 10. And I've started Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. This is totally going to be in the top 10. It's huge right now. Sitting on my desk at work, I have 2 more books, which is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune and You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwake Emeze. So things are happening. Trying to get things read as quickly as possible. Ultimately going to end up reading the top 10, which I think I have a fairly good chance of because I've already read so many of the initial 20. I anticipate talking to you guys next on Monday when we find out who the top 10 are. The top 10 is out. I am anxious. It's Monday night. The top 10 has come out. I have 6 days that the final round voting is happening. So I have 6 days to finish this. I've gotten a good amount done. Like I have about 13 books done. We're gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Let's do this. Okay. Romance. Alright. Hook, Line, and Sinker. Good. Read that. Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Good. I'm reading that right now. Every Summer After. Okay, that's on my desk at work. Every Summer After. Twisted Hate, that's the 3rd in a series. Oh God, I'm not gonna be able to get that done. Things We Never Got Over. Okay, that's the first in a series. I'm not able to get that from the library, but I did say if it would make it into the top 10, I was going to buy it. So I'm going to buy it. How is it that the two that are in series, like mid-series, are the ones that get picked? It Starts With Us, of course. I'm almost done with that. I have like 50 pages left. Love on the Brain. Reminders. This is more than 10, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, this is... And Book Lovers. Okay. Wow. I can't believe Dating Dr. Dill got knocked out. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 books I need to read. I need to think about this. I'll be right back. Okay, I have about half of a plan here. I was kind of hoping that the ones that were in the middle of series would have been knocked out in the final round, but now we're here. Every Summer After is on my desk at work, so that's going to be the next one I pick up. Then I think I'm going to go to Things We Never Got Over next, because that's the first in the series. My problem is with Terms and Conditions and Twisted Hate. Twisted Hate, I can get the audiobook from Scribd. I'm trying to find out if I can read them out of order, like if they're just a companion series. If it's a companion series, I'll pick up Twisted Hate next. Terms and Conditions is the one I don't think I'm going to be able to get. Maybe I can get an ebook? Okay. I keep trying to tell myself I've read 6 out of the 10, so this is good. It didn't go great in the way I was hoping it would, but it went better than I expected it to. Now comes the real part of vlogging this. So I'm gonna gather as much as I can and we're just gonna do this. Kindle Unlimited has just saved my life. Not sponsored, it just saved me. I used to have Kindle Unlimited, I think it was during the pandemic when they did like some sort of special, and I never did the free trial. So I was just able to do the 30-day free trial, and now I have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score and Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I've been saved. I can get 4 books done. I can do this. We're gonna do this. It's gonna happen. Hello again. Really quick, I just want to show a visual. This is 11 of the books that were in the first round of nominees. These are both ones that I own and 2 from the library. So I just want to kind of do a visual from what I own, what got knocked out. Electric Idol, I'm a little shocked it got knocked out, but I don't think it's as good as The Young Gods, so that doesn't surprise me at the same time. The Kiss Curse, also not very surprised that it got knocked out, but it's still a really good book. Dating Dr. Dill. I'm shocked this got knocked out because of how much of a surprise read this was. I wish it had been in the top 10, but ultimately it was knocked out. Abby Jimenez, I really like Abby Jimenez, but I'm not surprised that this was knocked out because her last book that was nominated last year, I think was also, it didn't get very many votes. The Bodyguard, good book, also not surprised it got knocked out. And this is what remained. Delilah Green has a lot of hype right now, so I'm not surprised that it's still in. Every Summer After, I'd never heard of this before the award started, but it's also in another category, so that makes sense, I guess. My bad. I am so sorry to my neighbors down there. It Starts With Us. This was definitely going to stay in the top 10. It's a popularity contest. Same thing with Reminders of Him. Everybody loves Colleen Hoover. Book Lovers, I knew this was going to make it to the top 10 because Emily Henry has always made it to the top 10. And last year, her book won. Love on the Brain. Also, not surprised that it's still in. It's amazing. Sorry, I didn't have this book in my stack. Wedding Crasher. I'm also not surprised that this got knocked out. It's a good book, but ultimately I'm not surprised. I am surprised that The American Roommate Experiment got knocked out because the first book in that series got a ton of votes last year. Like, I think it came in 3rd place. Thank you for listening. I'm a little surprised, but also kind of not surprised. And funny you should ask, I'm not surprised. I don't know if that's all 20, but that's all I have in front of me or on my phone to remember. So, those are some random thoughts. It is the day after the top 10 has come out. It has been about 24 hours since the top 10 went live. So I am almost done with Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. This I was already reading when the top 10 came out, and I knew this was going to be on the top 10, so I just kept reading it. And I'm really enjoying it. But today I also started Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. This is the large print edition because it's the only one that was available from the library right away. But I am really enjoying this so far. If you have ever read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, it definitely gives that kind of vibe. Also, think of like maybe an adult version of The Summer I Turned Pretty, which thank God, because I didn't really care for that trilogy that much. It's told in alternating then and now chapters, and I think there's about a 12-year difference between the chapters, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm only on chapter 7. And apparently this book is also nominated in the Best Debut category as well. So these are the two I'm working on right now. And then we'll see what I pick up next. I'm just taking this one step at a time at this point. But at the same time, I have to cram them in. Good morning. So last night I finished Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I really enjoyed it and I'm giving it 4 stars. I also anticipate reading the sequel that just came out. So that means I have 3 more full books to read and 1 that I'm still in the middle of. So I'm currently reading Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I'm about 40% into it and I am really enjoying this one. This one definitely gives me vibes of like Love and Other Words, Christina Lauren, stuff like that. And it's really good and I'm very excited to see where it is going. And then this morning I started the audiobook for Twisted Hate by Anne Huang. This is the 3rd in a series, but I did find out that you can read it as a standalone. And I'm about 10% into this one. So that leaves me with Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher and Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I think if I can binge both of these and like finish one of the books I'm currently reading, I might be able to get to those 2 books quickly. I did check on Goodreads and they both have, one is over 400 pages and the other one is over 500 pages. So I think I'm just going to have a weekend of doing nothing but reading, but we'll see. I'm aiming to get this video up on the 7th, and it's the day before the winners are announced. So today is Thursday, December 1st, so we'll see. I'm not known as a speed reader, so I'm just going to take it from here. So I decided to do this update in front of the Christmas tree. So I've been home the entire day, just reading. For most of the day, I was listening to Twisted Hate by Anne Huang. Then this afternoon, I decided to take a break from that book, even though I'm almost done with it, take a break and finish Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And guys, I may have just found a new favorite book. I was on the verge of tears while reading the ending of this, and 5 stars. I loved it so much. Out of all the top 10 finalists, I think I have like really loved, like been a new favorite 2 or 3 of them. This, Love on the Brain, and Book Lovers. I still have 2.5 more books to read, but oh my god, I love this one so much. So real talk for a couple of minutes. I don't think I'm gonna finish all of the top 10. There's no way. There's no way for me to have enough time and also vote. Let me put it that way. So I don't think I'm going to end up voting this year because I want to be able to vote after having read all of them, and I just don't think it's going to happen. The last 2 books I have to read are the longest books. One is almost 600 pages, and I just genuinely don't think it's going to happen. So I'm going to try my best to get as much done tonight and tomorrow as possible. I have movie night tonight, and then I have some errands to run tomorrow before I'm back at work on Monday. So definitely going to finish Twisted Hate as soon as I am done with this update. And then I think I'm going to do Terms and Conditions next. Or should I do the longest one? I don't know what I'm going to do. But actually, while I was at work yesterday, somebody was checking out Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and oh my god, it was thick. It was like hefty. So I definitely, maybe I'll read that one next. I don't know. Now I'm rambling, but I'm going to go finish Twisted Hate now. So today is Sunday, the last day of voting in the final round. I'm not going to be done in time to vote, and I'm okay with that. But I do still have 2 very large books to finish. So I started Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score last night, and I did my errands this morning, and I determined that if I read 54 pages an hour, I'll be done by 9:30 tonight. So I did my first round starting at 12:30, and it took me about 47 minutes to read 54 pages. So it is 1:25 now. I'm going to start reading again as soon as I'm done with this clip, but I am determined to finish the Lucy Score book tonight. Then that'll leave me with 2 days to read Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, and then I will be done, hopefully in time to post this video Wednesday morning. Will doesn't think it's very fun to start calculating how much I need to read, but I really want to get this video done. I've set a goal out, and I'd like to see that goal through. So we're doing it, we're working hard, and I'm gonna go read another 54 pages because I am determined to finish this book today. It is almost 600 pages. It's like 560, and I hate that it's that long, but I mean, it is what it is. So I still have to film a video, but I've decided right now that I don't care because I only have 126 pages left in the Lucy Score book. I am shocked that I am about to finish this book tonight because I was on page 66 this morning. I had to run errands, so I was gone for like 2 hours maybe. And I started reading at 12:30. It is now 6:30 and I'm almost done. This book is 550 pages. What? So I'm taking a little bit of a longer break now, about 15-20 minutes, so I can eat some dinner. But I am so damn proud of myself right now. I freaking finished it. Guys, it is 9:15 and I just finished reading Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I read about 60 pages last night and then 500 pages today. It took me nearly 9 hours, but I got it done. There is 5 hours left in voting. I'm not gonna vote because I still have one more book to read, but I have 2 days to read it, and then this video goes up on Wednesday. So the final book to read is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. It is 423 pages. I'm gonna start it tonight and then hopefully finish it across the next 2 days. But I have to work tomorrow, so I can't just like veg out and read all day like I did today. So we're in the final stretch. It's very late for me, but I wanted to do a final update for Sunday night. I do have to get up for work in about 7 hours, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I did start Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I'm about 25 pages into it so far. I think my goal is to try and get to 50 pages tonight. I'm not sure if that'll actually happen, but my goal will be to get to 50 pages just to take a little bit off of what I'll have to read tomorrow and Tuesday. Every little bit that I read tonight counts, and I am determined to get this book done. It's the last one. I'm feeling invigorated and rejuvenated and ready to finish my goal. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a bigger update. All right, y'all. So I have not updated you guys in about 2 days. Today is Wednesday, the day this video is supposed to come out, and it will still come out today. I'm still reading Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. Monday, I didn't get through as much as I wanted to, and yesterday I had plans to be out all day, which had no reading time until I was going home. So I am currently 55% of the way through this book. I am so close to finishing it. I am going to try my hardest to read as much as I can today and finish it. So this video may be a little later this evening, but it will be up today. I promise. I'm packing up my laptop to take with me to work, and I'm gonna finish this video. As far as the book, it took me a little bit to get into it, but it's definitely not my favorite out of the picks, and I will hopefully be doing like a full wrap up at the end of the day about everything that I read. But I have a dentist appointment this morning, so I have to go get ready for that, and I'm just generally stressed out about this. I'm really excited to be doing this video, but I really wanted to get it out today, and it's gonna come out today. It's just gonna come out later than I anticipated. So right now, my priority is finishing the book. I finished Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, which means I have officially read all of the top 10 nominees in the romance category And I read 19 of the 20 original nominees. That's wild. It's 9:30. I just came back from my night shift, and I am filming this really quick so I can post it in the next hour. So first, let's talk terms and conditions. This is the second in a series, but you can read it as a standalone. It is following Iris and Declan, and it is a marriage of convenience. Marriage of convenience, contractual marriage, employee and boss. Those are some tropes that you can expect from this book. At first, I was not too sure about this book because you don't get a lot of background information before diving into this book. But it did grow on me. Declan is set to become CEO of a company called Dreamland, and Dreamland is basically Disney. There are theme parks, there are movies, all that stuff. But in order to become CEO and gain his inheritance, he has to marry and secure an heir, which is where the marriage of convenience comes in. So this book did sell me by the end of it, and I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. But now what I want to do is I want to rank the top 10 based off of my own opinion. This is the amount of the top 10 that I own. So out of the 4, they would probably rank somewhere like this, with Love on the Brain being number 1, Book Lovers, Reminders of Him, and It Starts With Us. Now let's talk about where the ones I don't own would end up on this. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune is probably going to be tied for number 1 along with Love on the Brain. It was that good. It's definitely a new favorite, and I'm going to be reading the next book she releases. Twisted Hate is probably going to be somewhere towards the bottom, probably beneath It Ends With Us. It was good. I still enjoyed it, but it definitely wasn't my favorite out of this whole list. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I'm going to say I'd put it between Book Lovers and Reminders of Him. Maybe even after Reminders of Him. It's definitely in the middle. I did enjoy it. Terms and Conditions. It definitely kind of is somewhere in the middle, but kind of middle lower. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, towards the bottom. And Delilah Green Doesn't Care is also probably somewhere in the middle here. I know this is a hard visual to do with only having 4 of the books, but hopefully I explained it a little well. So what would I have voted for? Honestly, I'm kind of caught between 2 books that I would have voted for. One that I would have voted for probably would have been Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I really like Ali Hazelwood books. She's not for everybody, but she writes these really fun, sexy rom-coms that I like, and I'm addicted to them. But the surprise one for me was Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, because I didn't expect to come out of this with a new favorite book. And honestly, this has the friends to lovers, boy next door trope vibe that I really, really vibe with. Think The Summer I Turned Pretty or In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. Stuff like that is the vibe that it was giving me, and I really fucking loved it. So I'm kind of in a toss-up between the 2 of these of what I would have voted for. Ultimately, I'll probably be happy with whatever wins, but I think I'm really rooting for Every Summer After, especially because it was also a debut, and it was nominated for Best Debut as well. So this is where I leave you all, because tomorrow, on Thursday, we're going to find out the winner. And honestly, this video is going up right on time for that. That is all I have for you all today, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every week, so click subscribe so you can be updated for when I post those. And if you really like my content, consider checking out my Patreon, linked in the description below. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
In the darkness, I don't feel so cold. The ashes fall like rain, and somehow we're okay. My story drifts between shadows and smoke.